Okay, we're gonna stop talking. You fucking moving that plant?
Always, dude. I gotta try.
Hey, there it is. There it is. There
You
it
gotta
is.
be
There it
kidding
is.
me with the fucking plant move again. Okay, can I
I
just
don't know
say,
where everything is at times, so I gotta adjust.
I just want to say how happy I am that even though we have a guest, they just hit me up and they were like, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit late. And I was like, this is perfect. It's perfect. You can't join the refinery without being late. That's the first rule. The first rule of the refinery club is be late. It's not like Fight Club.
This looks fresh. What's wrong with my camera?
Oh, there we go. That's what it came back.
You guys look fresh. My God, come on, camera. What are you doing?
Camera.
Fresh me.
Brandon, you're looking slick, dude.
Really?
Brandon, what's new? If you keep moving that fucking plant, I swear to God, that's going to be the whole edit, John. The whole fucking is going to be me intercutting you moving the plant.
Every little bit in the episode, I'll just
a little nudge. Instead of this, he moves the plant.
Yeah, that's how we know he's really into a thought. All right, Brandon, sorry, I cut you off.
No. There's no cutting off here, guys. We're just a bunch of loving men who like to talk over each other. That's all. That's all we do. It's honestly these phone calls. How old am I? I pictured one of the like a landline.
Got to pull the cord with you. You can go and talk to someone.
Get all wrapped up.
Dude, by the way, that's kind of something I want to talk about. Yes, how I'm doing, fantastic. What is something?
Is this the topic?
No, it's not the topic. No, I'm all about like if I can get a couple of things in there.
Yeah, you're gonna stack them. It's like a parfait.
Topic starters. I'm a.
I didn't want to do like the full voice, like the full impression.
Give it to me.
But
give it to me one more time. One more.
Going through a tunnel. It was
parfait.
Well, this is the thing. Hercules. Fine, I can do that one. But the parfait, it's a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
I'm just not as good at that one. So
I
have committed, and that, boys and girls, is why you always fully commit or fucking don't at all. Don't start something you can't finish.
Don't half-ass.
Otherwise, I half shaft it. Otherwise, you get parfait.
Full ass.
That Creole parfait. What did you talk about? This is a terrible start to a show, apparently.
Fantastic.
I'm
crying. Oh shit.
Yeah, like he was saying, though, to finish out your thought, these are terrible calls that we have to muster our way through.
Fantastic.
Push through.
God, I hate them. They're terrible. They're the worst thing in the world.
Awful. So.
Oh man. Oh, I literally have to like. Sorry, I have to like.
What was your subreddit?
My subreddit is what's something from your childhood that you used to do that you wish you could do now that you don't do it anymore.
I think one, Ricey said it came up for me is I loved going in the woods with friends and playing flashlight tag.
Yeah.
Oh, flashlight tag.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember the last time.
Yeah,
and you can do it as adults.
Fire.
But I don't know how often you can go with friend or adults running into the woods. And
by the way, John, people are starting whole businesses off of these ideas. And it's like, sign up you and your friends to go play flashlight tag in Lake Arrowhead or Big Bear or down in wherever, Griffith Park. Like, people are building businesses off of ideas like this. So it's not the most far-fetched idea in the world. You know what I'm saying? To start that and to add like a whole experience to it. It went business real fast. But to create a whole business, like a whole experience around it, like come have drinks, like you've got cornhole over here, you've got darts over here, and then if you want to sign up a team to go play flashlight tag, then boom, you've got it. Like honestly, this shit sounds hella fun, and we're faster and more athletic.
Okay,
even as you're saying it,
directly into what I was going to say, which is, so we live over by by a school, like a Montessori school, and in the morning, like the kids are out playing, right? And there's a huge playground, and it's all fenced in, but all you can hear is that sound of the playground, right?
Mhm.
So special about that. And it's funny because I've had this conversation with Ange so many times where I'm like, people talk about, man, I grew up and my metabolism just went away and I just, I gained some weight and I didn't know the fuck you did. You used to run around all the time. That's why it's called running around like a child. Watch a kid for 5 fucking minutes by yourself. You run everywhere. You're running to grab them and they're running because the world is gigantic compared to them. And their little bodies, they're just like, it's the best. But if you like, I won't lie and say like that I don't do that anymore. I don't like go to playgrounds and do that, but
I can totally an adult playground. I can totally picture you just having a fucking ball.
oh, it's called a gymnastics gym, and that's exactly what I do when I go tumbling. I
Yeah.
look like running and just tumble, bop, 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 and then into a pit of pads. Like it's essentially like a ball pit. Discovery Zone
Yeah.
for adults. Here's our guest, ladies and gentlemen. Great segue, Colt. How you doing?
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Okay, Ben, Brandon, I don't know where he is in the corner for you. John, me, hello. Is that Walker's shadow? Walker, Texas Ranger?
It is.
Is he gonna
He
pop
just handed
in?
me a beverage.
Hey.
He's popping in.
Come and say hi.
Okay, so
Dude,
first off, I gotta say hi to Walker.
What up?
Hey, beautiful boy. How you doing?
Hey.
Doing good, doing good.
Everybody, this is Walker.
Pleasure.
Okay. Ben and Walker are the fucking best. Ben was on tour with me. Bye, buddy. Ben was on tour with me in Aladdin, or we were on tour together. I was on tour with you. You were on tour with me. We were both on tour with Angelina, really.
Not with me, dang it.
He's from Jersey. He's living in Texas. He is insanely talented. He is a pianist as well. So he does a piano bar live. Got to plug it. Benny, when is your next piano bar coming up?
Now we're doing a monthly thing. I've decided to scale it back from a weekly thing to a monthly thing just because, I'm getting busy, thank God, with gigs, in person and stuff, which is awesome. So I'll post about that when it happens.
Okay, cool.
Come on, somebody, let's go. We're gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This cat right here, he doesn't even use sheet music. He's just that good. Like he hears a song and he'll be like, I think this is what it is. And then, oh no, this is definitely what it is. Got it. It took me 3 seconds. That was a hard one. It's crazy, you guys. So either way, I invited him here because Ben and I spent a lot of time in the dressing room together, and he is like a little brother to me. He is family, and we have had a ton of talks. And Ben was there as I edited the first part of Love. Ben was there as I tried desperately to decide whether or not to do it. Some of the topics that I talked about earlier on that were really hard for me, like the hardest part of Love, Ben was the one that was there to be like, no, you need to share this. You need to talk about it. So I think his voice is more than welcome and long overdue. So I'm so stoked that we were doing guests because I was like, no. I've got the perfect person. And of course, Ange was like, oh my God, you got to have Ben. You got to have Ben.
Oh,
Like,
that's
you gotta have
amazing.
Ben, right? Like,
Yeah.
going back and
A little
forth.
hair flip.
Exactly like that. Just hair.
Just everywhere.
Amazing.
All right. So Brandon, what were you getting into?
Glad to have you on here.
No, so Ben has to now hop in on the pre-question to the actual topic. So
Yeah.
Ben, what we're talking about right now is what is one thing from your childhood that you want to do or you wish you could do now? So John has said he wanted to do flashlight tag, which we thought was pretty dope, and he could potentially turn to a business venture because he does event planning. So it's like, why not turn someone's entire day into like a discovery zone or like a big field day, right? Why not for adults? Just throwing some mimosas and some whiskey, you've got a blast. Oh my God, this
There
sounds
you
like
go.
the best
There you
day
go.
ever.
I know exactly what we're doing.
Turn
for
into hide and go
John's birthday
seek.
this
Oh
year.
my God.
We know what we're getting him for his birthday. We know what we're doing for his birthday. This is going to be
We do.
awesome.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah,
Dude.
That's it.
Holy
just,
shit.
just include some tacos, and that is my birthday right there.
Yeah.
Dude.
John, come on.
Done.
Come on.
John Gorski.
By the way, Gorski, we know you and we wouldn't let you down.
Grateful.
Colt, you are, I think you're next, bud.
It was kind of just touching on what I was saying of the concept of being on a playground, of running with just like full wild abandon. And I just
Mhm.
haven't been in a gymnastics gym in a couple of years. I'm actually supposed to go back this week with Billy.
What are the chances? What are the chances? Come on.
Right? How insane is
Jesus.
that? That we literally get to go tumbling, and we're getting ready to start working on a new show together, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait to share that with y'all. Like, it's 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 the coolest thing in the world too, to be able to go with your best friend to do those things you did as kids. Like, we learned to tumble together.
Mm,
And 20 years later, 20 plus years later, we are still going to tumbling gyms and still acting like little assholes and running around and doing ridiculous things that we absolutely are going to get hurt doing. It's the best. So
yeah.
that's what, I guess that's what I miss. I think I'm pretty fortunate that I, whether it's because of my partner or because of my life that God has helped me build, that I'm like, I don't know, if I want to do it, I fucking do it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's nothing as a kid that has changed in those ways. I literally get paid to put on other people's clothes and pretend to, like, I play make believe for a living.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
Yeah.
it's honest. It's as honest as it was when we were kids. And I think that's this side note misconception about acting, is that it's all, well, I pretend to be somebody else. Well, yeah, but I believe, like, I'm in that moment. That's my life. And when you're a little kid,
Yeah.
you're not pretending. You are Keanu Reeves. When I saw The Matrix, I
Mhm.
was Keanu Reeves. I was Neo. I was
That first slow-mo lean back. Oh my
Oh,
God.
how
Oh
many
my
of us
God.
hit the grass how many times trying to do that with our friends?
That lean back. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Thank
We
you
didn't
for
know
that,
about
man.
Martha Graham technique. We didn't know there was a hinge.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You can end the live now. You can end the live right now.
And
Holy crap.
all right, Benny, you're up.
Not from my childhood. Okay, so this might sound kind of lame, but when I was a kid, I used to love to play with model trains. I was fascinated by trains. I have a whole collection of them at my parents' house. And I used to build, I'm talking like serious track around the living room, under
Mm,
tables and this and that. I was just fascinated by that. And so that is something I would like to bring back every year at Christmas. So for those of you who are, just getting to know me, my partner Walker is an incredible designer. He's a floral designer. And
Oh yeah, John. Like,
Yeah.
no, like fucking no, like incredible. It's insane.
All right, we're gonna. Oh yeah, we'll
Their
definitely connect on
lives
that.
on Instagram,
yeah.
their lives on Instagram outdo events I've been to for like premieres.
All
Mm,
right. All
ridiculous.
right.
it's the real deal. I mean, he does some of the most high-end events in Houston, some of the hot tickets in town. He's got these big 10-foot arrangements in the middle of tables. It's insane. But anyway, he takes Christmas very seriously. And so Christmas at in our one-bedroom apartment is like, that part in the movie Elf where he decorates the department store overnight.
Stop.
Oh yeah.
And so in this
That's what's up.
apartment this year, I think we had 7 trees. 7 Christmas trees.
Wow.
I do almost none of the work, but the one thing that I do is I put the train under the tree, because that's childhood that regardless of what happened with my parents or lack thereof, like that was the one thing every year at Christmas that I could count on, is that train around the tree. And so it's something I keep doing and I want to keep doing. And my kids hopefully will be as fascinated by trains as I am, because that that's something that just connects me and grounds me to the joy of my childhood.
That's beautiful.
Got your boy all in his feelings early. You ain't even been here 10 minutes.
Fucking guest.
You ain't even been here 10 minutes. I seen the house. I seen the 7 trees.
Yeah.
I saw the train track. I was like, can I come for Christmas? I don't even understand.
Well, so
That's
now
amazing.
Cheers.
I'm
Cheers.
thinking
We're
like,
gonna have a cheers with Benny.
Cheers
Oh,
with Benny.
Cheers, y'all.
There we go. Boom.
I'm thinking like, now, how do I make a life-size train happen in my future backyard?
Woo.
I see nothing wrong with what you just said.
Nothing.
Mhm.
I do love it.
Doable.
No, John. No, Brandon, go. I'm talking. I'm just
We're
so
all-
excited.
We're enjoying you, Ben, and this is amazing. No, so the beauty of my house is it's not even half a mile from a train track. And so every once in a couple of days or whatever, it's not every night, but you'll just hear this faint sound of woo, woo, woo. And it's the most soothing thing for me in the world. That, and we have planes fly over. And when you mentioned that, I was like, man, it's something that I'm gonna, when I move from here one day, I'm gonna miss that being that near to the train track and being able to hear it, because it's one of the few things that I feel like is still tied to times of old, right? When you say train track or a train set or trains, period, it's like people aren't taking trains like that nowadays. Maybe a subway, but a train on a track. I mean, just for the hell of it, I might do it one of these days, just to get on one of these guys and just go to Pasadena and come back or something like that. But for the most part, I appreciate, and I wouldn't even remotely have like thought of that, as something that someone is still holds near to them in that sense. But that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I see that for you though, whenever you have like your spot out in what I'm assuming is going to be Montana, like the one fucking train station, like your ranch is going to essentially buttress up against, like your fence is going to be next to the train tracks at some point.
Yeah.
You're gonna be laying in your bed in the middle of your fucking cabin in the woods, and your yellow
Just like,
and you're gonna hear ooh, ooh, and you're gonna just start crying. It's gonna be great.
why are there tears?
You're gonna be texting the group with your mind phone and be like, "You guys, I miss you so much."
Right. I'm like, hey, Ben, it's happening. No, the train is going by right now. Yeah.
It's a life-size train.
Just
It's
like
Christmas, Ben.
it's Christmas, Ben. That's a Lifetime movie. It's Christmas, Ben.
It's a real vibe.
It is. By the way, shout out to Walker, Ben. Shout out to Walker. The way you showed him love just now, fire.
Oh,
Yeah, that was amazing.
All day.
I can't help it. I can't help it is the thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just comes with such an abandon and such like a there's an inability to contain it is what it is. Something unlike I've ever felt before, and this is how I know that it's real.
Let's go, somebody. We out here preaching early.
Oh, you don't worry,
Preaching
Brandon.
early.
You got somebody that's gonna challenge you for the title of preacher on the call.
God dang.
This
I know you're in Texas, but hold up now.
I didn't station myself in front of my keyboard because I was about to start playing a church.
He's ready.
dude, our fucking dressing room, especially at Christmas time. So he's a part of something called Broadway Inspirational Voices, and
Oh wow.
Benny, that's gonna be the fucking lead into this. This isn't gonna be monetized. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna use our track as the lead in to this. There it is. Oh
There it
my
is.
God. I'm so excited, y'all. This is just terrible. I love it.
Well, hold on, Brandon. Have you mentioned what your favorite childhood?
We've been on trains, man. We've been on trains. So for me, I think the biggest thing has been, and I need to really get back into it, is I draw.
Oh,
I draw.
I
So
saw that on Instagram the other day, dude. You
Yeah.
like draw.
draw. Yeah, it's crazy, man. My mom and I talked about it the other day. I've never seen something like this. You've seen it, but I mean, it was interesting to see it. So my grandfather draws. All of my uncles, they draw. My dad used to draw. His cousins draw, and everyone has their own style of drawing. And then it came to me, but it's odd because my brother, my brother that on my half brother, his son, doesn't draw. And I think about 4 years ago, he had a conversation with me. And he said, "Yo, if you don't use it, you'll lose it." I stopped using it. You know, he said that I stopped using it, so I lost my ability to draw.
Yeah.
Push the plan. And
Dude.
and so he says, you got to keep sketching, you got to keep drawing, you got to keep your hand, even if you just do some grass blades and you work on your layering, or you work on just, you know, doing something on paper. And I was thinking about this morning, actually, which is I have a hard time focusing. Like if it's like numerical or like bills or stuff like that. And but in school, what I would do to help me focus, I would sketch on my paper while the teacher was talking. So though she's talking to me, I help myself focus by, like, on the side of the paper, I just start drawing, like, I don't know, like a flower and like a hummingbird or something like that. I get in trouble for it a lot, but it helped me to focus. They didn't know that. Because if you just took the pencil away, took the sketching away from me, I'm zoned out. I can't do it. I'm falling asleep. So something I need to start doing more, which I've started somewhat to do, is draw.
I love that.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the fucking good teachers out there, though, that can see that. Because
Yep.
so I was really fortunate. I had this, I'll never forget this class, and I couldn't tell you any other class that I took in high school or fucking college. And those were pretty simple, especially at a conservatory for musical theater. When I was in high school, I took contemporary American literature with Dan Pennick, Mr. Pennick. And he caught on to the fact that I, too, was not great at concentrating. And I would do this thing where I would never talk in class because I was like, that can't possibly be the answer. Like, I don't want to look dumb. Like, I'm not going to raise my hand and get the fucking answer wrong. Like, no. And yet I would also talk the whole time. So finally he got fed up with me one day and he was like, hey, what do you need? Pulled me aside after class. What do you need? I said, I feel I'm bored. I don't like the conversations, but I really like this stuff. And he was like, go sit outside. He moved my desk outside for the rest of the semester, and I sat outside and I would read the entire time, and I got so much information. It was the best, but it took a teacher going, okay, look, I see that you actually get something from this, but you're not getting it through this traditional method. There's something there. Shout out to those teachers who are able to, who want to teach.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? Why teach if you don't want to teach?
Right.
Yeah. Man, I think this is a perfect segue and lead into my topic for tonight. In this particular sense, which is belonging. I've been looking at how abandonment and rejection have impacted me in a way where I do, and we all do this in some sense as human beings, which is you attach yourself to what you belong to, but also you attach yourself to what you don't belong to as identifiers. So what's equally as important to you as far as like who you belong to, where you feel like you belong, and then what you say you don't belong to is equally important to say, I don't associate with that belief system. I don't think the way they think. I don't like that group of people. You associate in a sense to say, this is my identity. I don't belong here, or I don't want to belong here. I want to kind of ask you guys, one, do you ever felt like there was a time in your life where you didn't feel like you belonged? Whether it was with a group of people, with your family, friends at school, where was a time in your life where you felt like you didn't feel like you belonged? And then my next question is, when you did find yourself in a situation where you belonged, what was created to make you feel like you belonged?
I'm going last. I talk too much.
Ben, do you want to go first as our guest?
Oh my gosh, sure. Okay. Wow. Here we go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to talk about the first instance that I can remember of not belonging. And I'll explain why. I think the first instance that I felt in not belonging was within my family. This is before me coming out as a gay man. This is before just any of that growth. I am a biracial, child, and my mom is white and blonde, and my dad is an immigrant from El Salvador. And they split up when I was pretty young, and I spent the basically all of my childhood and adolescence mostly around my white family. And I don't know if I could sense it in the moment because these people are my family, but I think as I grew older, I started to think to myself, all these blood relatives of mine are white, and I'm the only brown person in this family. And I think that was the first moment where I was like, wow, this is fascinating that, we get together countless times as a family, and I'm the only one that doesn't look like everybody else. But there was never a, wow, I'm just going here. There was never a conversation about my otherness is the thing.
Oof, buddy.
Okay.
Buddy.
I told y'all, buckle the fuck up.
And this actually may be one of the first times that I've ever actually spoken about this aloud. So just bear with me. But there was never a conversation about my otherness because there didn't need to be at the time, but it wasn't really until I became a man and started spreading my wings and flying away that I started processing all of what that was. And here I am now, age 27, saying that is a time that I can remember feeling like I didn't belong, even though I did. Even though we were all connected by the same blood. What helped me get through that was, there was no question that Ben is brown and we're all white. There was no conversation. We just are family. We just are. And that has painted who I am today. And in some ways, it's a blessing and a curse because it's hard for me to say I am brown, I am Latino, or I am strictly white. When I fill out a like a questionnaire or like a whatever it is,
anything in America,
right? My ethnicity, I check Hispanic. My race, I check white.
Wow.
So
wow,
that has always been like my identity question mark as far as belonging goes. But I'm both.
I have to say, I have to tag in here just because I know Ben so well and have seen him with his family. He's not putting on airs to make a point, like a conversation point. Nobody in the group, and this is funny because to really pun it home, it's bled into the rest of your life. The love from your blood has trickled out into the rest of your life, and your friends and family who all literally, I think all came to the show so many times. Like, y'all, he would have 30 plus people. I think I had less than 10 people see the show, and he had at all. And Benny had 30 fucking people at a clip. Signs, fucking faces on sticks. It was, first off, best shows ever. But Providence was a trip. We shut down a bar with his family, and you were walking around and you were like, are these neighbors, or is this your uncle, or is this, oh, that's your dad, and is your mom, is this your friend, or is this your sister, or is this, It was so amazing. And I just wanted to throw that out there, that to give some real world context to it. It has bled out into the rest of your life, and it's something that is so beautiful to watch. And I think it's why you're so accepting and you're so loving. You are cautious, at the same time, though, which is an interesting thing to have also watched.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that. I mean, I think that I'm thankful that my family sowed those seeds early on, because now,
Mm.
my family has become not just the people I'm blood related with. It's become those neighbors and friends. And now, as an out and proud gay man with my family, it's become other gay people and gay allies. I promise I'll stop talking very soon. But
No. We want you real quick,
Hey,
just a
you're good.
preface. Yes, you're good. This is a space that Jon Gorski, that man with a very deep, very low voice, has created. And part of that is that men come here to share. Anyone would come to share, but the men come here to share. Men come here to talk. Men come here to process. I literally loved watching you process out your experiences from I was there with you in certain moments, like looking around and like you can see the difference, but no one's making you feel different. Or someone from the outside looking at you like, don't you know that you're with a bunch of white people? Like, it's outside people that will fuck you up.
I was just gonna say it's others. It's fucking others.
It's outside people that will
Actual
fuck you up.
as a
It's
child,
the others.
I was asked if
Yeah.
I was adopted, like, oh, are you
Come
And-
on.
this
Right.
is my mom? So yeah.
Yeah, man. So the second part of the question is, when was there, I mean, you kind of answered it with your family, but what is there a moment in particular you can think of where you just felt like, man, I really belong, whether it's with my family or with Walker or in the gay community? Like, what's a moment for you that you were like, fuck, I feel safe, I feel like I belong?
Yeah. That's great. We have found this place. I live in Houston now. I've been living here for about a year and a few months, which story in itself. But here we have found this place called Michael's Outpost, which is a bar. It's a piano bar. And that, aside from performing on stage, that is also one of my passions, is being behind the keys, playing piano bar. That's what I love. And here we have found this piano bar called Michael's Outpost. It's been around for about 30 years. And it's mostly attended by gay men over the age of 60 years old.
Mm.
But when we first walked in, I always tell people it felt like church. And I'm a church person. I'm a believer. I'm a spiritual guy through and through. And we walked in, and for the first time, I didn't feel within a highly gay populated area like either a something to be preyed on or a predator. These men had been through it. They had been through the struggle and AIDS and gay rights and all of that. And they were just in this place to have a good time with people who think, act, and believe like they do. And so these two, young guys walking into the bar, it wasn't like, oh, look at that, blah, blah, blah. It was like, welcome to our church. And I remember Walker and I looked at each other and we were like, whoa, this is unlike any, gay spot that we've ever been to. Because, I'm sure you guys have been to a gay bar and it's like you walk in and immediately there's eyes. There's eyes around the room, like whisper and this and that. And this place was just like, welcome, come in, come hear the. And then cut to a month later, I'm now a regular musician there. And every Saturday I get to have church with these amazing, older gay people. And we just sing songs, we lift up our glasses. And I think part of the reason why we love it there so much is because we honor those people. If it wasn't for those people and this fight that they fought, we would not be able to be as openly in love as we are. Yeah. We even brought our moms there for Mother's Day. Like, it was magical. So yeah, that is a place where I feel like I very much belong. And again, a place where the people don't necessarily look like me. Yeah.
Just stop the recording, Colt. Just stop the recording. Just fade to black right now. Fade to color. Fade to anything. Shit, fade to rainbow at this point. I don't give a shit.
Yes,
Fade
Rainbow.
to something. Fade to something.
I
Because
think I
I
can
don't
fade
even.
the rainbow. We should be in full rainbow at this moment.
There you go.
Opacity.
Let's see how you pull it off. Let's
Give a
see
few
how you
more
pull that fade.
Pride starts June 1st, so get it together.
There you go.
Let's go. But I don't even know who want to follow that up, though. I don't even know who want to follow it up, man. It's not gonna be me. John Gorski.
Not it.
Not it. Yee.
All right, I'll go.
Right, John.
I think
I love it. He's got that mezcal in him, so he's like, no, I got this. I'm John fucking Gorski.
There it is.
That's the microphone.
The part of not feeling, not necessarily that I didn't feel accepted, but I think it was more of just like an internal, I was just very shy. And I've mentioned this in past episode that I had a hard time making friends when I was young, especially in high school. And like I had my like core little group of friends, but it's like I saw so many people have social circles and everything. And I always wanted to have like this kind of larger scale of friends. And so it was hard for me to go out and make friends. And so I decided to throw parties and I'd make them come to me. And luckily I grew up, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know if I've shared this part. I grew up, my mom loves dancing. My mom, my aunts, my grandmother love dancing. And so growing up, since I don't even remember how young I was, my mom would throw a party and it would be once a month and it would start at 10 p.m. and it would go till about 6 a.m. and it'd be dancing all night long. Like I would wake up in the morning and they would be just wrapping up dancing and they'd all come to the kitchen and my mom would make breakfast for everyone for them to then watch the videos of them dancing all night. And so these people would be for like 12, 13 hours at her house. So I always grew up watching, and it wasn't about, my mom never drank, my aunts never drank. Like there was alcohol there and some people would drink, but it wasn't about like drinking and anything like that. It was about dancing. And so I learned from my mom, she was like, no, it's all about bringing people together for a good time. And so I realized when I started throwing parties, it's like I would have alcohol there, and obviously we're at that age where drinking was like a new thing, but it was about bringing people together. If I can bring a good time, people will come and hang out with me. And that's how, when I didn't feel like I was necessarily accepted or I wasn't like able to connect, or I didn't feel like just welcome in the same way, I was just like, okay, this is how I'm going to create it. I'm going to kind of turn the tables on the whole scenario and make them come to me and make it feel like I'm the one being like creating that environment. And that's kind of been like my trajectory of life. Like I do that now for career and everything, of bringing people together. And it's interesting because like the part I was trying to think of, like what's a moment of really feeling accepted for who I am and where, and it's not like a necessary exact moment. It's more of a chapter in my life, which is like right now. Like I was talking to a buddy back home in Virginia, and I was like, dude, this is in no way a complaint, but I've gotten a place of like, I have so many great friends. I want to keep up with every single one of them. I'm in a place where I'm like, damn, I don't know how to keep up with every single one of them, because I have so many people who in the last like month and a half have just been, dude, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing to see where you're at. I would support everything you're doing. I'm so excited for this. Like every single person has really allowed me to be like, wow, I'm in a beautiful place right now. And so it's just like this last month and a half, especially going into this new chapter with this new project. I mean, talking from you guys, talking to just every day I'm catching with a different friend, and it's made me just accept so much more of myself, of just being like, yo, you are like in a beautiful place of your life. Like you're owning your life. You are creating the life you want for yourself. And it is just keep doing what you're doing. And just the amount of friends who, and just even the last week, who are finding out about this new project and being like, wow, I couldn't be more happier to find out you are doing this project, because you are going to kill it in this. And just getting that kind of support. I'm in that right now. I'm in that moment of like full, like, wow, I'm just in that right now.
Hold on, I got to throw something in here, because so there's this beautiful thing that we heard recently that we've been really throwing around. And I think that you are in this, and it is going to speak to my preachers. It is going to speak to the
No,
conversation.
don't start, Colt.
No,
Don't
no,
you
no, no, no.
start.
Let's go on and get it
Don't
started.
you
Let's go on and get it
start.
clapping, everybody.
Hey, yes, God.
Come on now, everybody.
I
Everybody
almost
ready?
start speaking in tongues. Oh my
We got the
God.
gospel. We got the gospel coming. Ready for
I
it?
almost started
I'm
speaking
not,
in
I ain't gonna lie
tongues.
to you. I ain't gonna lie to
Oh
you.
my
Down in
God.
the South for a little too long.
Stop. Oh my
It's coming.
God. It's actually happening.
It's actually happening.
Like,
It's
I'm
coming out right
starting
now.
to
Okay, you
sweat
ready?
from my pits. Okay,
Oh.
go ahead now.
Oh, it's happening. Okay, so
Woo.
everybody take a deep breath. Everybody, please take a deep breath. Breathe in your God. Let God enter you. Listen to it. Okay. When you have these moments that Jon Gorski is describing right now, so often we say, you know, God's got me. I'm on my path. I'm right here. God's in my heart. I'm so full, right? God is in my heart. No, 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 no. You are in the heart of God.
Okay.
Now everybody
Okay.
knows, everybody here knows in some degree that we had a family thing in the last week, in the last 2 weeks that has been huge. And within that, there has been, oh man, a multi-layered parfait.
Come on, Colt.
Emotions,
Talk to him.
things.
I hear you. Talk to him.
And the best thing that I could ever get was a text from Angelina that said, in spite of everything that's happening, baby, we are in the heart of God. We are right in the fucking center right now. And there feels something special to that. So, Jon, congratulations, dude. Yeah, fucking shake that plant. Shake that plant. All of a sudden, there's just a windy plant over there. I can't do that. That doesn't look like a windy plant because there's no plant here. Just looks like something else. Okay.
Oh man.
What I love about where you are, Jon, is I love that you are just so comfortable about celebrating the now, celebrating what's happening. Because I feel like so often, you know, that isn't a cool thing to do, and that doesn't look good if you're showing your celebration. But in fact, I think that that's so important, you know, to show that out loud, because if you are, as Colt says, in the heart of God, you're giving up your praise and gratitude by celebrating and by showing.
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody.
You know?
Come on, somebody.
Come on, somebody.
I'm
riled up, man. Y'all done started something.
Come on, Brandon.
Mad.
Let it ride.
Mad.
Let it ride.
I'm so mad. Man. So
Andy, get the fucking keys. Get the fucking keys.
Listen, if you want to hop on while I talk about my dad, go ahead, Ben. I could use a little something.
You're not ready.
My story of not belonging comes from the last name that I bear. My story of not belonging comes from the last name that I bear. When people say my name, they always say, man, Brandon Alexander. Brandon Alexander is such a good name. But I almost wasn't Brandon Alexander. My dad left my mom and didn't know she was pregnant. Was in North Carolina, ready to marry another woman. And my mom's trying to get a hold of my dad. And she calls my grandparents. She calls his parents, says, listen, y'all, I can't get a hold of Lamont, but I am pregnant with his son. And my grandfather says, no son of mine is going to leave his child not taken care of for. He's not going to leave you not taken care of for. Now, he's supposed to be getting married. I'm not going to that wedding. He said, Stephanie, do you want me to shoot him? Because I'll shoot him. And my mom said that one moment, she felt like I wasn't worthless, that I wasn't going to be doing this on my own with this child, that this man, my grandfather, who I love, this is his ring I'm wearing, my grandfather's ring that I got the day I went to his funeral. My grandmother gave me this ring and I wear it with so much honor and pride. But my mom said, the reason you have the last name Alexander is because of your grandfather. I want you to carry that name because of what that man stood for. And because of what happened with me, My grandfather was able to go to my father and say, listen, you may not know fully how to go about this and handle this, but also so you know, you have a brother that is not with your mother. And now this whole situation of my grandfather stepping out on my grandmother was able to come to light because of what happened with me and my dad and my mom. But after that happened, I felt so out of sorts with my actual family that I grew up with and all the things that I liked, from wood and working with my hands and being outside and all these different things. You can say what you want to about muscle memory and cells and all that stuff. I'm telling you, y'all, some things are just spiritually passed down to you DNA wise. It didn't make sense to me because it didn't align with the family that I grew up with. So I was always an outcast and always an outsider. Like I didn't fully fit in with them. But the family that anytime I had a moment to like connect with and be with, I could see like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be over here. They grew up in deep South North Carolina, and everything about who my grandfather is, my dad is, I am as a person. But I didn't have anyone to tell me this is why you're this way. You're just different. You're just different. And so that was literally my entire life was battling this idea of rejection and abandonment. They start talking to me about these, oh, you ain't never been to an Alexander Thanksgiving? Not once in my 32 years of life have I ever been to one of these epic family events, these epic family dinners. I've been to 4 Christmases, and I've maybe not been to one. I haven't been to any birthday. I've been to maybe one Thanksgiving. I mean, it really blew my mind that at 32 years of life that I can count on maybe one hand the times I spent time with that family like that. So that was the not belonging. The not belonging is with the very family that I carry the name from. But God is so good.
Okay.
God is so good that the other day I'm sitting in my backyard and my dad calls me.
Benny, you better start fucking playing.
My dad called, no, because this moment was so powerful for me. My dad calls me. So what you doing, man? I said, nothing. I'm hanging out on the back porch. How you feeling? Nah, I'm just checking on you. I'm just checking on you. Just for the sake of, yeah, man, what's wrong with you? I'm just calling to say how you see how you doing. Well, listen, I was thinking about you the other day, Dad. Now, I wanted to know what are your favorite jazz albums? You know I love jazz. What you mean what's my favorite jazz albums? Get out of here, fool. No, Dad, what's your favorite jazz albums? Jon Colt, Miles Davis. I know you love them. Starts talking about A Love Supreme by Jon Coltrane. Starts talking about Miles Davis. We get this big debate about Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin. He says, I said to him, Dad, you know Aretha started in country music. He said, oh, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. She did this song called Holy, Holy. It's a cover by Marvin Gaye. She did it with the Temple Missionary Baptist Church in LA. She recorded it in 1972. I said, I never heard of it, Dad. Never heard it before. No, man, you gotta hear it. You gonna like it, man. You gonna like it. I go in my room. I put my phone on the stand. And I've never had a moment like this with my dad. I put my phone on the stand. I go over to my laptop and I start playing Holy, Holy. And I've never heard this song before in my life. And I sent the song to you guys right after it happened. And Holy, Holy starts playing and I can hear my dad with so much pride. Hey man, you know that's Whitney Houston's mom on the high notes. You hear me? That's Whitney Houston's mom on the high notes. My dad can't express his feelings, so he'll find stuff to talk about. I said, yeah, Dad, I hear you, man. I hear it. And as a song and as Aretha is singing, I start crying. Because in all of my life, I knew where I belonged. I just didn't know how to get to it. I didn't know how to get to him. I didn't know how to connect with him in love. I didn't know what to do to say to my dad, listen, man, I just want to be next to you. Even if we're just listening to music, I just want to be next to you. Because it was, he don't love me. He ain't never gonna love me. They don't want me around. Why don't they want me around? He never says I'm proud of you. He never says I love you. He don't want me to come stay with him. All these filters of why. He didn't want me. And God said, but I had you the whole time, son. He couldn't give you what he didn't know how to give. He says to me all the time, your grandfather never said I love you. Your grandfather never said I'm not proud of you. And from that, he was never able to give me the very thing that I was seeking from him. So now it's up to me to say, hey, I see you. I love you. I am you. How can I share that with you? We sat there for like 6 more songs. He had me listen to Azalea by Jon Colt. He had me listen to Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong. And he said, well, if you listen to Duke and Louis, you got to go ahead and play. And we sat there for an hour. And at the end of the call, I said, hey, man, listen, we got to stop playing. Because I don't call him dad like that. I said, we got to stop playing. What you want me to call you? What you mean, what you want me to call you? I said, your grandkids call you Pop Pop. When I call you, just, hey, man, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. You can call me Pop. You can just call me Pop now, I guess. I said, all right, Pop. I'll talk to you soon, man. One of the best moments of my entire life. Easy. Hands down. So, yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's a big moment, Brandon.
Yeah.
You finally know what to call him. When you finally, when you start to know where you stand with that man, that's the question you're asking today. Right?
Yeah.
What you're asking has to do with when was it that you realized that? Like when was it you knew what to call him?
Yeah.
When was it you knew what to call yourself in reference to him, and then thereby in reference to everybody else?
Because if I call you Pop, that means I am your son.
I gotta own something.
Yeah.
What does that carry with it? How much are you, I mean, this is the problem though. How much of your, we'll talk about ancestry and generationalism, like how much of that don't I have control of?
Right.
How much of your problems did I get? One of the big talks that I'm not saying this for, I mean, I could show you my phone right now. It's Pops. That's what we call my dad. Pop. We've all called him that for a long time. And it took me a long time to call him dad. And it wasn't until I was down here in Georgia, in Atlanta, and saw him at his house, at his new house for the first time, that we were sitting out on the porch having a cigarette, and we were talking. And okay, so backtrack a little bit. My situation with regards to not knowing how I belonged or where I belonged comes from a situation of I too came from a similar thing to Brandon, in the sense that my parents were, how much of this do I have the right to tell? My parents were married, I think, legally, but I'm not positive, because my dad was also married to other people, other places. There was a bunch of crossover that happened. There were multiple birth certificates and renaming. My name has been Jonathan Colt Prattes, Jonathan Colt Dawkins, Jonathan Colt Dawkins Prattes, it has been literally on birth certificates. There has been all sorts of things. I lived between Marietta, Georgia, with my mom and my stepdads as they came in and out, and in Pickens County in Jasper, Georgia, with my dad. At my dad's house, I was Colt Dean Dawkins. That is now my name. But my brother Matt is Matt Dean Dawkins. My brother Cody is Cody Dean Dawkins. And when I was up there, I was Colt Dean Dawkins. That's how I was referred to when I got in trouble. I got in trouble as Colt Dean Dawkins. That's what my stepmom Dee responded to me as. That's how I knew I was in trouble. Now, trying to reconcile that juxtaposition, I think has a lot to do with one thing of why I feel pretty natural at performing, because I lived two completely separate lives. I was two entirely different people. I mean, literally on weekends, I was wandering through the country by myself with a gun on my hip and a hatchet on my side and doing what the fuck I wanted to. Sometimes I had a go-kart or a motorbike or a like four-wheeler. Like, I remember when we got that Polaris quad and I was like, this is an automatic fucking quad? That's a real thing? Oh my God. I'm gonna ride into town. Like, and then at my mom's house, it was, and I know my mom's gonna watch this, but it was very rule oriented. It was very specific. It was, I had friends that I still have make fun of me because it was very like, wear your helmet if you're going to brush your teeth. Like, it was very specific. Like, you can't get hurt. It was very protected. So I had very, very different lives. So that led to a lack of really understanding who I was and simultaneously being able to manipulate what I needed to be for whoever was around me. Because what I thought was, well, what's the common denominator here? You learn about common denominators in math, right? You go, or in algebra, probably, I don't know. And you learn about them, and suddenly I started going, I'm the common denominator. I'm just the thing that goes in this group and goes, well, what do you need me to be? And I go to this group and I go, well, what do you need me to be? And I go to this group and I go, what do you need me to be? And I did that for a long time, not realizing that people who maybe genuinely loved me, and not maybe, because I would say the exact opposite of you, Jon Gorski. I have less than 2 handfuls of people that I converse with regularly, probably less than 1 handful, not including you guys. That's not to say that people don't love me. It's just to say that at a certain point, I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I didn't have any anchor. I didn't have anything to keep me to any shore. So it took a long time. And it's funny because something happened and I found something out and I didn't talk to my dad for a long, long time, a lot of years. And it was pretty important years that I really needed him. And he called me one day. He kept calling and calling and calling and calling, and he would never call when I was a kid. And he was calling. I finally answered and he said, hey, I want to come see you, buddy. I don't care where you are. I'll put everything down. I will come see you. I don't care. Tell me when. I said, okay, fuck it. I got a show. It's an operetta. You really want to do this? I'm like, you sure? He came up. We're at the hotel. Haven't seen him in 6 years.
Wow.
And I said, Pop, I'm gonna pay for your hotel. He goes, buddy, come on now. I got this. Pulls out his wallet. We pull out our wallets at the same time and set them down. And y'all, I know it sounds silly, but we had the same wallet. It was a Fossil wallet. Benny, I know I've told you this story. His was black worn through because he had it for years. Mine was brown, worn through, had it for years, had this magnet on the back that, held your cash in. And I remember at that moment going, and I think I may have said this to him. I said, I can't fucking get away from you.
Mm.
I said, it doesn't matter what I do. I am linked to you. And even that, it gave me something, but it wasn't everything. And as one might expect, it was over the course of my relationship with my wife, with Angelina, that I suddenly saw that I belong where I thought I belonged the whole time. There's pieces of me that belong in Marietta and in Pickens that are allowed there, but that I decide that.
Mm.
And that really where I belong is wherever the fuck I want to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm so sorry. I think, for one, the topic is a great topic. Congrats, Brandon. That was a good one. It makes it harder having Ben. I love you. You know how much I love you. It makes it harder having you here because you know me too well, and you know too many of my stories. And yeah, this is a good one.
Well, I love you, and
I love you too.
Wherever I am and wherever you are places that we belong.
Man.
I done fucking told y'all. I'm about tired of telling y'all. You should have come in with a fucking softball, Brandon.
Woo! Appreciate for you going there, because I think that's one of the important reasons why we do these calls. It's literally like being able to have the safe space for you to share something like that. And same thing with Benny. You shared something that in the moment you were processing that you even said, I don't even know if I voiced this. Yeah. And it's like this is the example of what we're creating for other men. It's just like being able to share these moments and being able to share stuff that sometimes is very difficult to share. And both of you, and I mean, in every call, we all set the example of what it means to really just share and just really these moments that were pivotal and literally shaped who we are. So I thank you guys for how you shared.
Thanks for creating a place for us to do it.
Man.
I don't know how, Benny, just tell me if you're led or not, but I mean, I don't know what's left to talk, but I think there's a way to just let the spirit move. And I would love for you to just play something that speaks to that, right? Because really the belonging isn't about being earthly, who you're earthly connected to, who your earthly blood to, who your earthly friends are. It's like you belong. Your Father in heaven. There's something there, man. There's something there. There's something there.
Benny, you got. I love that everybody's calling you Benny now. My heart is.
Thank you. That made me happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Because you, I mean, look, hey, you can't get your
You're no longer Ben Chavez. You might as well just change that shit to @Benny Chavez, bro.
Yeah. Well, no. I think it's a family thing. I think that's like if you know it's Ben, but if you Benny,
you know it.
You know, if you know him, you know what I'm saying.
I was so. Like I said, Ange was the first person to be like, "Well, it's got to be Ben." She also made a request that Ben play something. So I love, Brandon, that you happened to bring that up as well.
It's moving, man, and it's not even about words at this point.
Benny? No, you say that. You say it's not about words, but trust me, Benny, whatever the spirit is pulling you to move, like. Play that. But if you feel so inclined, even if it's after whatever your choice is, could you possibly throw out a little you can't get back the time?
That's what I was gonna play.
You
So
have to, right? You have to. Fuck, I love you.
I don't even know what
This is
I
what
don't know what
family
this
does.
is, but I'm excited, baby. I don't
Oh.
even know what this is.
Oh, everybody mute up because
Yeah, mute.
it's about
Mute.
to get. Actually, I say that, but you're really gonna want to like scream out. I just don't want it to cover up anything. Just get ready.
I need to get in the right key here. All right, so this is a song that I wrote while on the road with Aladdin. And this song is called Buy Back the Time. Buy Back the Time. And it was, honestly, I wrote this right after Kobe Bryant passed away. And I was like, for some reason, that passing for me, I'm not a sports fan. I'm not a basketball fan. I couldn't tell you the first thing about Kobe Bryant, but something about his passing as the pandemic was starting, it was just bringing up all these emotions. And Walker had lost a very close family member, his grandma, and I just felt compelled to write this one. So I would be honored to share this with you. Every year we would do all the same old traditions. Lived a life in the comfort of our home. Comes a time in our lives to embark on a mission. Gotta figure ourselves out on our own. I know our return so much different. I may not have been who you thought I was. I realize some things I've been missing, but I'm still the same one you love. So hold those you love a little bit closer tonight. You just don't know when it could be the last time together. Don't wait for the stars to align, 'cause no one can buy back the time. Took my time far away, we became disconnected. But I know that I still need you around, oh yeah. It's time to tear down our walls, we've been so self-protected. The love we share is better than any love I've found. Whoa. How long has it been, oh my brother, since you and I last saw each other? Oh, maybe this time we'll discover we're much more alike than we know. So hold those you love a little bit closer tonight. You just don't know when it could be the last time together. Don't wait for the stars to align, 'cause no one can buy back the time. Life's too short to go on keeping a family apart. I want more than what we're settling for. Now is our chance to restart. There's no limit on how much I love you. I hope that you feel the same way. Unconditional is Is that so above you? Let's live like today's our last day. There's no limit on how much I love you. I hope that you feel the same way. Unconditional. Is that so above you? Let's live like today's our last day. So hold those you love a little bit closer tonight. You just don't know when it could be the last time together. Don't wait for the stars to align. 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 'Cause no one can buy back the time. Thank you.
Fuck
Thank you.
you. It's so much better even than I remember, Benny. Oh God. Brandon, go on, hit it, cause I saw you.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
Fucking told
Man, Benny. Yeah, dog.
I just want to say thank you. I mean, thank you for welcoming me into this space and, you know, for seeing me and hearing me. And you guys are new brothers of mine. So
Listen, I don't know when my wedding is, dog, but I said, man, Benny gonna be there. Benny gonna be singing, man. I don't know when it is, but Benny gonna be singing.
Oh, don't worry. We're getting remarried so Benny can fucking sing at the wedding. Like,
Hey, man, like it's so crazy. I had one thing pop in my head, and I said, "No, don't you dare come up! Don't you dare come up!" And your words, it's like I just gotta say thank you, man. It's like yeah, I ain't got nothing, man. I
that's
got
how you
nothing.
know. So you said something right before he played. You said doesn't even matter what the words are. And I said, I know you think that, but you think that because you don't know if he's any fucking good. Like you're saying this as like a protection mechanism of he might suck. Like, and you weren't saying it because of that. You were actually saying it because like, look, it's about the music, man. It's just about the ooh.
It's about the ooh.
It's about the right. I get you, but I'm just telling you, as someone who has watched him sit at a piano, who has sat at a piano with him and written music, which P.S. Benny, we got to keep talking about that. As someone who has watched him create these songs from nothingness, the beautiful thing about what he does is that the same way, Gorski, that you were saying you watched him, and Brandon, you said this I think too, that you watched him figure out what he was saying. You watched him discover that. So the reason that I was so grateful, and Ben, seriously, beyond anything else, I know I can call in a favor with you anytime, day or night, but that doesn't change the fact that I still am beyond grateful that you were here. And more than here, you have grown so much. Like Angie's just gonna she's gonna die, man. When she watches this, she's going to die in the most beautiful way because you are you are, for lack of a better way to circle it back to the fucking topic, you are more yourself than I've ever seen you. I'm so proud. You feel like you went, turn it up to 11, like you just fucking cranked that fucking amp. This one goes to 11. It's not.
Well, I want to just chime in real quick, and forgive me for interrupting, but it's honestly conversations like the ones that you and I would have together, and like ones that we're having now, man to man, that help me anchor. Because you want to talk about belonging, like how many times in my life have I not felt like a man because I'm gay?
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Told you.
Come on, man.
Especially in the industry in which we work. I mean, there are many gay men, which is a beautiful thing, that it's such a safe space for gay men, and it's a place where we can exercise our passion and our craft. But also, it's another thing to be seen as a man as well. And I think why I'm so grateful for our connection, Colt, is that you were like, yeah, like we're brothers. Like we are here to support each other as men, as guys, and it wasn't about, oh, but he's also, he's a gay man, and it wasn't about that. And I think like our conversations, our heart to hearts, are what helped me plant roots and grow into my manhood and my adulthood, and find love and avail myself to love, and then get the grip on words to create songs, So thank you all. Thank you for this. And I hope and pray that this experience and experiences like this touch other men too, Yeah.
Fade the fuck out, y'all.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta find that. You gotta find that rainbow. Real talk. You gotta find that bad boy somewhere. Hey, I still have goosebumps. I don't know if you stopped recording or not, but I still have goosebumps. My body right now doesn't even know what to do with what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
welcome to being friends with Ben Chavez. Fucking
like,
every time he writes a new song, you're gonna be like, I also connect with that. It's a fucking cycle. And the worst part is everybody connects with it because he writes things that are universal and so specific.
Oh yeah.
And so when we'd be out at these cabarets, I would always be like, just wait. I would literally sit at tables in the back because I'd never perform at these cabarets, and I would sit there and be like, no, my boy's coming up. It was almost like I had a bet on a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, no, y'all don't know. And they'd be like, that was great. I was like, it's fine. You don't know. Hold out. Hold your money. You better hold your ticket. Hold your liquor, because you don't want to fucking whip this down and then be in your feelings when this shit comes along, because you will be knee deep in some fucking tears and emotion and tequila at the end.
Yeah.
And every fucking time, table full of people be like, just feel it. It was the fucking best.
Yeah.
I think this, honestly, it makes me think of what you said earlier, and I guess people call you Gorski here. So
maybe you picked up on it.
So, Gorski, you said before, when you were celebrating the place that you are, I think, and you're using that, you're using those connections, and you're using this huge family that you have to glorify what it is that you're doing, And I feel like that is how I must condition myself when I'm doing songs, is like, I don't read sheet music, and this is not me tooting my horn by any means whatsoever, because I wholeheartedly accept that a gift has been placed in my lap, and I feel like the only thing I can do with that is give it back out and give it back up, like, and So it
How many fade outs to rainbow?
I don't want. I can't
Fade
take
out.
no more. I can't take no more, man. I don't have no more.
Benny,
I don't
wrap
have
it
no
up,
more.
guys. Come on.
I
for
got no
fuck's
more.
sake. Wrap it
You
up.
done laid me out 6
Say
times,
the
brother.
final thing.
You done
Gorski
laid me
first, then
out.
Benny. Jesus.
Give it out and give it up. What else you got, brother? Dang.
Oh,
The
don't.
faucet
Don't
don't run out. The faucet don't run out.
It hasn't even
Jesus.
started. This is a fucking trickle.
oh my
It's a
god.
trickle. It's the warm up, baby.
Gorski, go. I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I have one last thing. It's funny. There's a verse you repeated a couple of times throughout the song, and every time you repeat it, I thought of someone different, and brought up a quote I heard years ago, and it was someone who said, "Do you miss them?" And it was a pause, and every person thinks of someone,
Right.
and that's what that song just made me feel. It was like when you were saying you don't know how much time you have left. A different person each time came to mind. I'm like, okay, I gotta call this person. I gotta check in with this person. I gotta reach out to this person because I don't know how much time we have. And it can be a love interest, it can be a family member, it can be a simple friend, or it can be an acquaintance. But just appreciating, or just by the end of the song, I was like, wow, I really gotta appreciate just being present with whoever I'm at because I never know. And like how you prefaced the Kobe Bryant thing, it's just like we never know, and it's not as this person is going to just like we're no longer going to interact with this person. We just never know if we're never going to see this person ever again,
Right.
or if anyone sees this person again. And so that was beautiful because it just reminded me like that saying, "Do you miss them?" And like, yeah, I do. And then multiple people came up to mind, so that was beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
I remember where we were when we saw that. I remember the theater. I mean, we were in Orlando.
Yeah.
And we were in Orlando. We were mid-show, and the news was on the TV that was right in like the green room that was in the middle of all the dressing rooms.
Yep.
And we came out. It was almost at the like right after the top of the show. So we came back after our first entrance, and we're like, "What?" It was. And then just the I mean, the classic saying, "The show must go on." You don't get to be in your feelings in that moment, but I love that you do something really special. You how do I say this? You compartmentalize when necessary, in the sense of you compartmentalize for the purpose of using it for healing in the future. Does that make sense? You take thoughts and you go, okay, cool. Boom. I need, this is going to be something that you watched. I watched you watch people freaking out and making a bigger deal. And you were just really quiet. You were like, oh my God. And then we went back to the dressing room, went back, did our show. And then there was this beautiful thing that was born out of it. And I
left something out too. I left something out. A conversation that I had with you inspired the buy back the time thing. Because you said to me, the most important thing that we can give somebody and somebody can give to us is their time.
You ready for this? Wait, Brandon, go on, drop that toothpick.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Do you know what that thought came from, what it was born from? It was born from the first article Brandon asked me to write for NewAgeGents.
Okay. Jesus, you coming back?
It's
right
almost
now?
like we're right in the heart of God.
Okay, I literally
Full circle.
Whoa, hey, Benny, don't play with me. Don't you, not on today, Benny.
All right,
not on today.
Take us out.
Yes, welcome to the ministry of the Refinery, where the Lord comes to refine you. Yes, he does. Like a coal is pressed to make a diamond, he is pressing you right now in the name of Jesus. Let him refine your mind. Hey! Let him refine your thoughts. Let him press you like that diamond, because it takes a diamond to cut a diamond. You didn't hear me now. You didn't hear me. It takes a diamond to cut a diamond. See, when he says iron sharpens iron, what he's referring to is like-minded sharpening like-minded. But y'all not ready for this right now. You're not ready for this right now. So let him right now take you in where you didn't think you belonged, where you didn't feel seen, where you didn't feel loved. There is a home in him. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all. There is a home in him for you. Come on into the heart of God. Come on into the heart of God right now in this place. I'm playing, but I'm not playing. I'm trying not to.
Ain't nobody playing.
I'm playing.